How's it going everyone, it's the final render here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my latest Fallout 76 build. And no, I don't mean a camp build, I mean a character build. We've never done a character build on the channel before, but if you enjoy it, please let me know by leaving a like and leaving a comment telling me what kind of builds you would like to see in the future. But to kick things off, we're going to be showing off an incredible energy weapons build that I've been using for the last few days. And now I know what you're thinking, but final render, you stoic symbol of manhood. The damage of energy weapons is terrible in Fallout 4 and 76. Why would you do that? Well, you charismatic and eagle-eyed viewer, we're going to be using this build for a very unusual reason, but a very highly efficient reason, and we'll get into what that reason is at the end of the video, and I think you'll love the idea behind this build. But one of the main reasons why we are showing off this build is that energy weapons is such an iconic part of Fallout. When you think of Fallout, you picture the soldier in big power armor wielding a laser or plasma rifle. It looks so cool. And also my character is full on Enclave and we're rocking the Extra 1 power armor and plasma rifle for the sake of roleplay. But let's get into this build. First up, let's take a look at the perks we'll be using. But in reality, this is a simple heavy weapons and rifleman combo. We'll need at least 12 strength in order to get all the heavy weapon damage perks we need, and also lock and load to speed up those really long reloads that we'll be doing on a very regular basis with the heavy guns. We will also need 3 points into intelligence in order to get the batteries included perk at its level 3 variant. This is a perk that reduces the weight of energy weapon ammo and fusion cores by 90%. And believe me, we're going to be making lots and lots of energy ammo, so make sure you grab this perk in order to really do yourself a favour. We will also need 12 perception in order to get the 9 levels of a rifleman perk, and also the concentrated fire level 3 perk, which gives us a really nice damage buff and allows us to target the head and hit our criticals on their face target. I personally carry 4 guns with this build, however really we're only going to be focusing on the first 2. And that is starting with the brand new Plasma Caster. This bad boy is a furious 25% faster firing +1 agility giving powerhouse and is my new main weapon. And it's called Sir Goose-a-Lot. I love the faster fire rate and that may be essential for the Plasma Caster, which typically is very slow firing. The furious effect is ace and it gives you a damage buff after each consecutive hit until the 4th hit where it caps out. Not ideal for a single shot weapon, it's more suited to a fully automatic weapon. I'd ideally have a bloodied variant, but it's still a very nice thing. And also the extra agility gives us more action points, which is really needed to use VATS, and VATS and the Plasma Caster is a match made in heaven. For its mods, we are rocking the Essential Prime Capacitor. Very important for this build, it gives us a very nice damage buff and also is very important to the practicality of this build. We also have the Aligned Sniper Barrel, which will give us much more range and gives a lot of accuracy to what is otherwise a very imprecise weapon. It does great damage, is super fun, and nothing screams get off my lawn more than this Plasma Caster, and I absolutely love it. Next up we have a more accurate and faster firing plasma rifle. This is the Slugbuster, a unique plasma rifle that can only be found during the Wastelanders Vault 79 raid. If you didn't get it then yourself, you gotta pair up with a friend who hasn't done the raid yet, or trade for it, because you can't go back and get it yourself after the raid is done. This gun is gonna be our quick swapping backup gun for when our Plasma Caster isn't accurate enough or breaks down. This is an anti-armor, reduced weight, plus 50% VAC crit boosted plasma rifle that can hit what your Plasma Caster can't. We have the Prime Capacitor on there to give it a big damage boost, and oh boy does it need it. Without it, this gun just tickles bad guys. We throw on an Aligned Sniper Barrel to give it more damage and more accuracy, but it does reduce its magazine size to 1/3. Worth it, but wow. And also we're going to give it a stabilized stock to give it less kickback without upping the weight. And then finally, we had a reflex sight for fast target acquisition. This gun has incredible range and the anti-armor really helps give a weaker gun much more punch, since it only has to deal with 50% of the target's armor. It's there to tag those legendaries from a distance and give you a quick backup gun when you need it. It also gives you that really intimidating Enclave look, which I love. And now really, that's all the guns you need for this build. However, I typically also carry two other energy weapons. I do have the Furious VATS Hit Chance Tesla Rifle in order to help tag every bad guy in the room, along with deal with tiny little enemies which are really hard to hit. And also, I carry a primed 2-shot, faster firing, 90% reduced weight Gatling Plasma to deal with those flying Scorched Beasts. No need to change any of their perks in order to use those two kind of weapons. It's entirely up to you, but I do think that is a very nice combo to go along with this build as well. But there is one thing about this build that makes taking a big damage reduction totally worth it. And that is the ammo we are using. When manufacturing prime plasma cartridges that both the prime plasma caster and prime plasma rifle use, you get an enormous yield of ammo. When using level 2 of AmmoSmith, you can get 216 rounds of ammo per batch, and then on top of that, if you use Super Duper level 3, you might get 432 rounds of ammo per batch. And with the batteries included perk, we can make thousands of these rounds and carry all of them. Not only is the weight just never an issue for our character anymore, but also we can sell every type of ammo that we find, because we only use one type of ammo. It's actually not very taxing to get the resources to make the ammo, and we don't even need to make them often. Just you wait until the Gauss minigun comes out, and then we can really have some fun. So whilst the damage output of this build is low, it's one of the most efficient and fun builds for any Enclave role player. But this does bring up the question, why are energy weapons so weak in the first place? In Fallout 3 and New Vegas, energy weapons not only were powerful, but they were some of the most powerful weapons in the game. Yet for some reason, in Fallout 4 and 76, they are extremely weak for almost no reason. The only thing that makes this build work is that the ammo is so efficient to produce, and you can sell every other type of ammo that you find. And as mentioned at the start of this video, the energy weapons are such an important part of Fallout's identity, yet they are hardly ever used because they have been so heavily nerfed compared to what they were in previous games. So what I'm basically saying is, Bethesda, please buff these weapons. We really need it. So thank you very much for watching this video, people. It's been a fun one doing a quick short kind of class build video, and I really hope that you guys like the logic behind this build. Because we only have one type of ammo, we never have to worry about ammo essentially, and it's such a nice thing to never have to worry about weight or ammo and make loads of caps just because we're using one type of bullet. And if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we can get to 75,000 subscribers soon. We're doing very well at the minute. And also like the video if you enjoyed it. Until next time, I've been the Final Render, and you've been the audience. Remember to check out all the cool Patreon people in the description below who help support the channel with their financial donations. YouSev, of course, can also do the same. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye, gang. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Just don't come crying to me every time you go fire a legendary Scorched Beast.